Hello, this is Larry Schultz, and welcome to my tutorial, free one on a quick and simple way to create endomorphs in Lightwave. It's one of these things where we could take something that's a feature in Lightwave and use it for more than what people typically use it for, and in this case it's weight maps. And I'm going to switch in my perspective window, or my viewport here, the render mode to weight map shade. And I'm also going to go to on window and open the vertex maps panel, and I'm going to expand where it says weight maps, and then you notice I have a list of weight maps here that I've created. When I click on browse, you can kind of see it turns kind of pinkish, and these are just weight maps I've created in different areas here. So we've got eye sockets, left upper lip, lower jaw. Okay, we can see where that goes. Let's see what else I've got on here. The corners of the mouth, barely see it right in here. The nose, the bridge of the nose, and upper lip in this case. And you can have more than this. And they do tend to somewhat overlap, which is no big deal. But it gives me a couple of things when I'm able to create and use these weight maps. One is that I have a consistent thing I can select, and because the weight map has a fall off across these polygons, it's going to give me a bit more of a rubbery sort of feel to, or skin-like behavior. Whereas let's say if I use the move tool and let N for numeric, and let's go here to polygon. Okay, I can grab any of these polys and see move them like so. Let me hit D for display, and let me get rid of the grid. So I can just grab any of these polys, and this is also a useful tool, by the way, for doing any of this. But the problem is, by doing it that way, we tend to rely more on sort of just random sculpting, and we don't have a way of consistently repicking the same areas. So with these weight maps created on here the way that I did, I can sort of create consistent areas of selection, but also sort of mimic muscle groups in a way. So let's say that I want to create another weight map. Let's see if we do. I don't have one on the cheeks, so I'm going to do that now. Let's go down here to W, New, and I'm going to create one called Cheeks, and I'm going to give them a value of 0, and I'm going to hit create. So there's going to be nothing, like it's going to be just blank, which is fine. That's the way I want it for right now. And then what I can do, let me turn on symmetry, and there's a couple ways I can do this. I can go under map, airbrush, and I'm going to right click, and that's my area of influence kind of. I can hit N for numeric, and I can also do it from here, set my radius, the strength of the weight map, and I'm going to pick my weight map called Cheeks, and I can go right in here, for example, left mouse button, and see that. And since I'm in symmetry mode, kind of getting both sides. So I'm going to create that small spot there. Okay, and then I've got fall off in these other directions. You can see where it's kind of feathering out here. Now that's one way I can do it. Another way I can do it is just to go in here, and in polygon mode, I might just select these two, And if this is actually symmetrical, I should also be selecting here on the other side too. Hold on. Those two. These two here. And it says I only have two selected down here, so I'm going to go hold the shift key and just get these two. So I've got 4 selected, 2 here, 2 here. And I'm going to go to map, set map value right here, cheek, and I'm going to put 100%. Like so. That's what it's going to give me. So it's all of the vertices that are touching those 2 polys are being affected. And so right now, if I were to select the areas with those polys, it would be just like I did before. It'd be a hard selection. I'd be selecting just these polys, or just these vertices actually, that have that weight map attached to them. But I want to soften it up and give it a fall off, so I have a bit of a softer selection or a softer effect. So I'm going to go here to under map, and I added these a couple of free plugins. One is Mike Green's weight map or weight blur, which you can find on www.mikegreen.name, or FI's weight map blur, which you can find on lightwaveplugin-database.com, LW plugin-database.com. So a couple ways I can use it is I can just run it, and it wants to know how many iterations on this weight map, which means how many rings of poly surrounding it outwards do I go. I'm going to say 2, maybe 3. Let's go 3. Hit OK. And see how it softens it up? Because it's blurred it outwards into the surrounding polys. So one thing I want to do is I'm going to go in here to the eye sockets, like so. Here in the eyes. And I'm going to go to under my map tab, more, and let's see, clear map from vertices. So all the polys I had selected, it's cleared those maps out. So I can kind of wrangle it in a bit. Do the same thing here. And just go in there and sort of determine where you definitely don't want this effect to be. I've got it here, so I don't want it. I don't want it on these, and maybe on these I don't want it. So clear, and that's where selecting the polys and doing it can work. Let me undo that. So I don't want them here. Let's clear. Okay. So once I've got those, okay, then let me hit T for move and fall off. Let's change it to weight map. Now here's what happens. Since nothing is selected, and I know that because nothing is selected, see how I can puppet those areas? Just those areas. Shift H, which is size. And again, it's got a fall off mode. I can go weight map. See, so I can just sort of puff those areas out. So what that allows me to do is this. I can go, and let's create a new endomorph. And by the way, I noticed that my cheeks is now in there in my list. Okay. So I want to create a new endomorph, and I'm going to call it. Go hit here on the M on the bottom here. Click that. Go to new, and you can already see that I've already got a couple of endomorphs. I'm going to delete those. Let me just delete that out. And let me delete this one out. Okay, so those are gone. So I'm going to create a new one here called Smile. And I'm going to do it this way. Mouth.smile. So that will create a group in layout called mouth in Morph Mixer, and then with smile in there. And just click on create, and nothing happens because we haven't created it yet. So I want to go to mouth corners under my weight maps. T for move. And remember, we're still in weight map mode. And watch what we do here. Okay, and if we want to see it a little bit better, let's go to back view here. And let's go to texture. So we've got the corners of the mouth up for smile. Now I want to select the cheeks. And let's go up a little bit. Oh, there it is. Found it in the list there. So we got cheeks. And let's go down here. T for move and N for numeric, just to make sure we're still weight map. So I've got the smile up. Okay, pulled that up in this, created this new endomorph. And I'm on scale now, or size, excuse me, Shift H. And then, so I pulled the corners of the mouth up. So I want the cheeks to kind of compress. So I do this. And then I want to go to eye sockets. H for stretch. And watch this. So I want the eyes to squint a bit. Oh, and N for numeric. Change it to weight map. Fall off for this also. So I want the eyes to squint. So when you smile, your cheeks get compressed and puff up, and then your eyes squint a little bit. So here on we now have this smile mouth, this weight map, and watch when I turn it off. And we can also go to the nose. T for move. Pull it up slightly. Okay. So we can now do a new one. Morph map. We can do call it face dot angry. So you have a group called face. Create. And let's go to the mouth corners. T for move. Pull the corners of the mouth out and apart and kind of down. It's like, not happy. Let's see what else we got. Lower jaw, we can kind of bring that down a little bit. And see, with this, puppeting the way we can puppet it, we can do. See, we have a wide variety of things we can do with it. We bring it down slightly. And let's see what else we've got here. We've got browse. And we can get Y for rotate. And I think we need to be in weight map mode. Now, since we're symmetrical, watch what this does if we go over this eye. Rotate it. See that? So both sides do it symmetrically. So I can rotate those in. T for move. So I'm getting really angry. Let's go to eye sockets. H for stretch. Compress those eyes. So now he's looking pretty angry. Let's go to perspective here. Just so we see kind of a contrast. See that? So we can really change that face up. And we can do things like let's do another morph, new endomorph, and we'll call it brow dot up right. Create, and let's pick the brow again. Y for rotate, and let's turn off symmetry. Now watch. Go in the middle here. We can have him look kind of puzzled. Like, And I can do a brow up left. Create. Do that side up. And we can hit T, we can kind of change it up slightly. Okay. And then let's do face dot surprised, the correct spelling, and create. And what we'll do is go to lower jaw. So we're going to make him look really surprised. Whoa. Let's go to browse. Y for rotate, turn on symmetry. Let's make sure we got the browse selected. Here we go. T for move. And let's go to eye sockets. H for stretch. So there he is looking pretty surprised. Or could be worried. So some of these can do sort of double duty. So you see it's really easy once we have these weight maps created on the face, because we can come back and consistently reuse these areas to create new endomorphs. It's very quick how we can build up groups of these endomorphs quite quickly. Okay, so hopefully this is helpful to those of you who are watching this and give you some ideas. But this is a technique I've used for years and years, ever since Lightweight first had weight maps and the ability to puppet those weight maps in Modeler with the fall-off tools. So ever since those fall-off tools appeared, I've used them to do this. So weight maps can be used for things like texturing and masking and things like that, but this is one of the more useful things we can do in Modeler with them. But anyways, good luck with this, and I hope it was useful.